Today we are going to make a ceiling out of plastic panels in the hallway. The lights will be recessed LED ones. So let's get started. Here's what the ceiling looks like. The wallpaper on the walls has already been put up. The ceiling is simple. It's cleaned off from the old whitewash. There's nothing on it. Concrete slab. All the holes have been filled in to prevent any drafts. First of all, you need to draw a horizontal line around the entire perimeter of the wall. What we have already done. It is important to keep the level, because if you make a mistake of 5 mm in one corner, then in the other edge it will be the same. There will be lights on the ceiling. The quantity is 3 pieces. We're connecting to the existing wiring, which is the first step. Using a tape measure, we measure the distance from one wall to the other along the longest part. I have about 3 here. The profile should be enough. We have a 4 meter UD profile. In total it's 3 meters and 20 centimeters. You need to cut it 5 mm shorter so that the 2 profiles can connect without any issues. We transfer the measurements to the profile. We're cutting the UD profile using metal scissors. First the side edges, then the back. We take a hammer drill, a 6 mm diameter drill bit, and 45 mm long. And we will drill right through the profile. Insert the UD into the wall. We're pouring in the plastic dowel. And with the help of a metal dowel puller, we secure it in place. And so we continue at a distance of 60-70 meters from each other. If your wall is made of gypsum, you can use regular wood screws instead of dowels. They will fit tightly and secure along the cutter. It fits tightly. If the screw fits tightly, it means it will hold well. The wall is a bit uneven. It has some bowing, so the profile bends slightly, but that's not critical. And we measure the dimensions of the third wall. 136 cm. Here, the UD profile is secured to the wall. Now we need to insert the CD profile along its entire length, perpendicular to the plastic panels, which will be placed across. The UD profile is screwed in. There are no gaps in the corners, strictly along the wall. I will have 2 CD profiles spaced 40 cm apart from each other. They shouldn't interfere with the lights that will be installed above and other utilities. Here, we also first cut the side edges and then the back part. After that we insert the CD profile into the UD profile on both sides along the length of the room. It should fit tightly. For that we will have a sturdy structure. After that, we need to position the CD profiles so that they don't interfere with the installation of the light fixture. To do this, we measure the load-bearing part of the light fixture, which is 6 centimeters from edge to edge. And from this distance, we step back, by the radius from the marked spot on the ceiling. Here on the ceiling is the marked spot for the light fixture. We step back, forcing to the side and mark it, mounting the CD profile. Now we measure the distance from the wall to the CD profile. And this distance should be the same along the entire length of the room. We measure the cut. This is the distance from the corner to the edge on both sides of the ceiling. Now we need to secure the CD profiles using the ES profile. For this, we place them 1 meter apart from each other. We make the markings, drill it into the ceiling, and screw the CD profile to the ES profile. On the CD profile, we make marks where the ES profile will be attached. And so on. We make markings on the ceiling for the mounting of the ES profile. After that, we move the CD profile aside and drill a hole in the ceiling for mounting the ES profile. And we attach the ES profile to the ceiling. And we bend one edge for now. Now using small screws, self-tapping screws, flea screws, and a screwdriver, we screw the UD profile to the CD profile at the corners. On one side, and opposite. I'm drilling in 2 spots to make the attachment of the UD and CD profile stronger. After that, we bend the tabs of the EC profile. We take a level and a regular pencil. Using the level, we find the exact horizontal line of the CD profile and make marks on the EC profile for its attachment. And we drill from the side with a screw. Then we measure the level of the profile plane and also make a mark on the second piece of the EC profile. Reattach it with screw. Other side. In the next step, we run the wiring from this light fixture to 3 others that will be on the ceiling. To attach the wire to the ceiling, you can make small supports using a plastic bottle. If you don't have standard store-bought ones, using a sharp knife, we cut strips about 5 cm long and 1 cm wide. This is what a nice little support should look like. And we drill the attachment for the wire into the ceiling. Secured. After that, you need to secure the starter plastic profile to the UD profile. And we cut with the same metal scissors. First the front bead. The back, we bend it and cut it, and we screw it to the profile using blocks with a spacing of 30 cm. We press the profile against the wall to ensure there's no gap between the plastic and the wall. Here, the starter plastic profile is screwed in, and we can start installing the plastic panels. Here I have 139 centimeters. Let's do it. Now we insert the first strip into the plastic profile. We'll lay it tightly, without gaps and any kind of barriers. The first strip is inserted into the starter plastic profile. Now, using a square, you need to check the strict perpendicularity of the supporting profiles and the plastic to avoid any bends on the left or right. Here, check clearly and the same along the wall to ensure there are no distortions. Everything is fine. You can start screwing it in. We screw in the blocks carefully, trying not to damage the plastic. One block on each profile. We continue. Next. Now it's time to install the lights. In order to make a correct circle, take a suitable dish or cup with a diameter of 6 centimeters and start tracing. We measure the distance from one wall to the other to find the center, and from there we draw the circle. Now we take a sharp utility knife or a jigsaw and cut out the hole. It's not turning out very well with the even edges, but it won't be visible because the fixture is large and will cover those uneven edges. Now we take the wire out from the ceiling and connect the light fixture. This way we've already installed 2 light fixtures and there's one left. Lighting, very bright, good. We removed the LED fixtures, but the voltage indicator on the switch was still on, because the fixtures were running on a low current, low light. Now it's time to install the last strip. This is the most difficult task in this matter, because you need to precisely adjust the size. Not to cut too much or too little, and to make sure it all fits. I cut it out, strictly according to the wall profile. Here I have on one side 30 cm and on the other side 25 cm, a difference of 4 cm. It should be chosen to be about half. cm. It's chosen to be about half. The starting profile of the panel, so that it comes out and there is no gap left here. Then the lock will close when we slide the entire panel into the starting profile. We start from the corner and slowly move to the right. Here, at the very end, you will also need to push it behind the profile. For ease of installation, you can use a wide regular spatula, and it will be much easier to work. To push the last strip into the plastic, we'll need a cleaning solution and rubber gloves, because very often the machines are rigid, so it is impossible to hammer them in by hand. It slides over the plastic. So, let's get started. We take a small brush and use the cleaning solution to apply it to the seam. And after that we can try to close the lock. With short taps we try to close the lock. Here, the plastic is in place. Now we wipe off the cleaning solution and the job will be done. Around the perimeter. No gaps, 3 fixtures, updated. It will be very bright. And it looks good, almost like a stretch ceiling. You watched a video on how to make a ceiling. out of plastic panels in the hallway of an apartment building. Leave your comments and feedback, like the video, and subscribe to our channel. Stay with us. Goodbye, everyone.